Shadow Dancer is a Shinobi game for the Sega Genesis. It's a ninja game, and it's really one of the best 2D ninja games of all time, although a lot of the things in the game don't make sense for a ninja game. For example, you have a dog following you around, and the dog helps you in combat. When you hold down the attack button, you can have the dog attack enemies. This is advantageous for fairly powerful enemies, or at least for the dog to distract the enemies. It's not very helpful when there's like a bunch of enemies on the screen because the game is hard and you'll die before you could even power up the attack to make the dog attack the enemy. Like before your power up to have the dog sick the enemy, you'll die. You might as well just throw a shuriken or slice at the enemy with a sword, or do one of these powerful magical spells that they're called ninjutsu in this game for some reason, instead of just sicking the dog. The dog isn't really necessary in the game, and also doesn't quite make sense. A ninja's whole thing is being quiet, being agile, sneaking up on enemies and killing them when they're not even aware you're there. Ninjas are trained assassins who attack from the shadows. It makes no sense to just run into a hostile environment with a dog barking. It's insane. I mean, even without the dog, it wouldn't make much sense, realistically, for a ninja game. But then again, all ninja games are like this. Running to the right or running in 3D, fighting like a million enemies in one level. It makes no sense for a ninja game. Ninjas are supposed to sneak up on people. And ironically, the ninja games where there are stealth elements, a lot of them kind of suck. Like this game compared to Tenchu. This game is better by a mile, even though Tenchu is a game that focuses on stealth kills. It's a very hard game, but it's also very satisfying to defeat the enemies. You don't need to be fighting them crazy, you just need good timing. It's what I love about this game. Like you're fighting a boss, you don't need to spam a bunch of shurikens in the boss's face. You wait for the right time, for the perfect time, and you throw one, and that'll hurt the boss. If you just keep spamming attacks on the boss, it won't do anything. You'll just wasting time and your own energy. I really love that. I love the fact that you're supposed to strike at certain points. It doesn't make sense to spam attacks. I hate spamming attacks. I love games that encourage good timing. That's why I love realistic boxing and MMA simulations. Games that encourage timing your punches and kicks. The reason why this is also a hard game is because your timing has to be perfect when you hit enemies, your timing has to be perfect when you avoid enemies, and you have to pay attention to other enemies on screen while you're fighting the enemy that you're focused on. You'll die quite a lot in this game, even if you're paying attention. But after dying a couple times in a specific area, you'll kind of learn the lay of the land, and you'll get a lot better in that specific part of the game. This is a platforming ninja game that's hard, but once you pass the levels, it's very satisfying because you know you did something that took effort. You didn't just run to the right, spamming attacks, and once in a while jumping. You timed yourself perfectly and you had a good strategy. You played a 2D platforming chess game and you won, and you should be proud of yourself. I wish games like this would be remade like in 2D in open world environments in like cities. Imagine Shadow Dancer taking place in like a 3D open world New York City type world. It could be like a ninja game meets GTA with ninja physics, jumping over cars as you run through the night, throwing shurikens at like mob bosses' heads. I think it would be a great game. Or they can just remake Shadow Dancer as a 2D game, but just with much better graphics. But I think the first option, while it would take a lot more effort and money, it would ultimately be a much more fun experience. And it would probably eat up a lot more of your time when playing, because, you know, you can more or less pass a 2D platforming game in a couple of hours, but a really good 3D open world GTA type game, that could eat up weeks, if not months, of your time. This is a great ninja game. It's one of the best from the 90s. I definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more classic game reviews. Goodbye, my friends.